Awesome. Well, it's great to be with everybody. I had a chance to be with you last week, and it was my honor and privilege to be here. And it's even equal to or greater than tonight because I have an opportunity of introducing a special guest. I joined RX, as I said last week, 2.5 years ago, and one of the first people I met who was Deanna Latson, who is the chief product officer and one of the founders of the company, and instantly fell in love with her for a lot of reasons. One, her energy is through the roof. She is a public speaker and was able to break into a very male dominated public speaking environment and carve out her own niche. She has a great personal story, and her commitment to product quality is something that's going to resonate with so many of you who have grown to love the TNJ and many of the other products that you're used to. But man, you're in for a treat tonight. Please welcome my friend, Chief Product Officer of NewAge Beverage, Deanna Latson, live from California.
Hey, hey. And I thought this was a personal one-on-one. So I am in my do good, be kind sweatshirt. I might have dressed a little fancier, but oh well.
It's all good, Deanna. That's what we like. We like the real.
Yeah, I just don't know any other way to be. So thank you so much for that introduction, Rick. And it's really great to be here tonight. And I guess what I would ask you is, I am the Chief Product Officer of our all new combined companies. And I'd love to just know from you, burning desires or burning questions, and I would also, if you would bear with me, love to just give you a little bit of background or backstory, because I think it's important to know who's directing things. Like, I'll give you an example. I like to buy my produce from the farmers markets because I like to know where they come from. I like to know that George picked it this morning, and I have that type of relationship. And the closer we can get to the people that are designing, making, growing, whatever it might be, I think the more educated, wiser choices we can make. So I'd love to be able to make sure I get any answers to any burning questions you have. And I'd love to also just tell you a little bit of background and history about me. And I basically want to ask you, like, what order would you like me to do that in? I am all yours.
Well, it's the Dana show tonight. So go in the order that best flows with you. That's what I would say.
All right. Well, let me start with just a little bit of quick background, if you don't mind. Yeah. I was born and raised. Where are you from, by the way?
I live in Florida right now, but I'm originally from Kingston, Jamaica.
All right. So you were from an area with good weather a lot of the time as well. I am in San Diego, California right now. I am a native Californian, born and raised in Northern California. And I was always in the world of the public eye, even as a child. Loved being involved in community service, being on stage. Give me a microphone, I'm happy to go. And I am very not shy when it comes to talking to people. And I thought I was going to go into a career of academia, advanced public speaking, coaching debates, those sorts of things, all within the communications sector was kind of like my goals and desires. But everything changed for me after college. And it changed for me, not because I had an awakening about my own health and wellness, but because I had a bit of an awakening about my family. So to back up a little bit more, I was born and raised in a small town. My family all immigrated from Italy. My dad was sheriff. My godfather was chief of police. My mom was the vice president of the local bank. It sucked in so many ways, I can't even tell you. Right?
They knew what you did before you got home.
Oh my gosh, it was brutal. And I went to Catholic school. I mean, my dad had the key to the jail. You know, I did use that to my advantage and potentially threatened some sisters and nuns in Catholic school with jail time, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But in my town, you know, family was really everything. And my family, my mom, when Costco came to the town that was like 35 miles away from us, it was like God's gift to my mother, you know, because we were a deer hanging from the barn, don't name the farm animals, 2 freezers, 2 refrigerators, prepared for the pandemic or war at any given time, gun carrying, dually truck driving kind of a family. And I was never told when I was young anything about health and wellness. Nothing. I mean, my mom would try to buy the healthier cereals, and then we had sugar bowls at those days and age. And I would just dump it on my healthy cereal, but there was zero conversation about being healthy. There was zero conversation about being well. There was zero conversation about any of that. And because of that, what ended up happening, and I was 11-year bulimic, and I was 65 pounds heavier than I am now. I took pharmaceutical drugs to sleep at night, suffered from migraine headaches, had all types of health issues, and really created had a big issue, right? And what's funny is I didn't think I had a problem. It's always easier to see other people's problems. So for those of you on the call tonight, I'd be like, if you're married, you know, raise your hand if you know your problems of your spouse. And the reality is it's so easy to know the problems of your spouse, and it is not easy to know the problems of ourselves. And so I never thought I was going to go into health and wellness. This was just the way I was living my life, you know, what was going on. I was a big hot mess. And then one day, I was finished with college, going to go to grad school, and I had like a moment where I opened up my dad's medicine cabinet. Now I want you to know, like, my dad's dad died younger than him before my mom and dad got married. My dad's brothers and sisters all died younger than him of heart disease. And he was like the oldest living person in his family. And I had a moment when I looked into his medicine cabinet, and I had just finished graduating undergrad, and I was getting ready to go to grad school. So I was going to be an academic, remember? And I opened up his medicine cabinet, and it's like a little voice from God whispered in my ear and said, hey, this is not right. And I was looking at the medicine cabinet, and there was like 17 prescription medications. My dad was a Vietnam vet, a sheriff. He had cholesterol, migraine, antacids, blood pressure. The list just went on with all these problems he had. And so then I went to the library because there was no internet, and I looked at all these things up, and I quickly found out that every single medications had like a laundry list. Have you ever heard those commercials? Hey, take this and you'll sleep better, but you might get cancer and you might die and you might, I mean, all this crazy stuff, right?
That part is longer than the whole commercial.
It's so much longer. The claims, the disclaimers are so long. And I don't know why that doesn't deter people, but it doesn't. So I went to the library, I looked all these things up, and then I quickly realized, like, wow, like these drugs are killing my dad. And when you live in the town that I live in, you know where the doctor lives. And so Dr. Richard Gans, and I went to his house, knocked on his door. I was always a little bit unpredictable and had a lot of confidence, overconfident. And I went to his house, knocked on his door, and I'm like, knock, 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 Dr. Gans. I just looked up all my dad's medications. I feel like you're killing him. Like every doctor wants to hear that. He's like, come on in. And he proceeded to explain to me all these health problems. And I just looked at him and I said, so were you telling me my dad is going to die slowly on these meds or quickly off and there's no other options? He says, we're doing the best we can. And I walked out that day, I looked up to God, the trees, the universe, whatever you want to believe in. And I said, I will fix him. So I decided I was going to dual major, and I was going to study nutrition. I was going to still go down the public speaking route, but I was going to study everything I could, psychology, nutrition, to fix this very stubborn man. It was not going to be easy. And I started grad school to take a nutrition course with Pepsi and Doritos in my backpack. And I was eating out of the vending machine between classes because that's how unaware I was. And I was overweight, bulimic, and on pharmaceutical drugs. And I even had my own private chef. You all would know him very well, Ronald McDonald, because I ate there an average of 5 to 6 times a week. And when you walk into the McDonald's in a big city and they say, hey, you want the usual, you know, you go there too much. So here I am in grad school trying to fix my dad, and another course of miracles happened in my life. I don't think things happen for coincidence. I think they happens for a reason. And my mentor, who asked me to go dancing one night very early in my first couple days in the city, I said yes, didn't really want to go. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. She's out there having a great time. Then I'm all thinking I'm so ready to go now. I know she's older than me. And then she grabs my love handle and said, if you ate better, you'd have more energy. Woo! And off she goes. And I wanted to put my foot in her rear end, but she moved too fast for me. And we got in her little cute, happy car. And I looked at her, I said, how old are you anyway? And she goes, oh, I'm 50. And when you're in your early 20s and somebody says you're 50, that's like almost dead, right? I mean, I really thought 50 was almost dead. And I was like, what? You're old enough to be my mother. You look better. What drugs are you taking? And she became my mentor. She became my friend. And she taught me a very, very important lesson. Deanna, no one is ever going to listen to you. You've got to get your own stuff together before you're ever going to fix your dad. So to make a long story short, within a year, got control of my eating disorder, started to understand the human body, human physiology, changed a lot of my focus and energy. Got control, got lost 65 pounds, got off a lot of my own addiction to pharmaceutical medicines, changed my life around, and decided it was time to fix my father. Flew to the ranch, took her with me. I needed backup. This was not going to be easy. And as we were talking to my dad about changing his life, I mean, my dad was a steak, potatoes, never take a supplement, vodka and orange juice kind of a man. And you know, ketchup was his vegetable. And so going there and I started talking to him about his health, and I had my back up, his eyes are rolling up in the back of his head. And I'm thinking, this is my last chance. I'm giving it my all. I changed my life. I changed my focus to change him. And, I see him rolling his eyes, and finally I got really, really mad. And I said, Dad, if you do to me what your dad did to you, and remember his dad died 2 weeks before my mom and dad got married, I will never forgive you. You know, don't you want to be around to see me have children and get married one day? And oh my gosh, he was pissed. He was really mad, and he slammed his fist in his hand. And he's like, I'll give you 6 months. And then after 6 months, I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth, but I'll do what you say for 6 months. And I wanted to sing that song Celebration, but I knew that really pissed him off, so I didn't go there. And the next day we changed everything. I almost killed my Italian mother because we cleaned out all the freezers and the refrigerator. We changed his eating habits. We got him on supplements. 3 months into it, he said, I will never go back. 4 months, he was telling all his rodeo cowboy buddies that they were killing themselves. And 7 months in, my father lost, 80 something pounds and got off every medication the doctor said he couldn't live off. Well, I tell you this background because I want you to know how strongly I am planted, how strong my roots are into the beauty of the human body when we give it the right stuff. So after that happened, my entire course of my entire life shifted, because then I sat back and said, there's a lot of dads like my dad out there. There's a lot of people out there that simply do not know from what they put from their fork to their mouth or what they do on a daily basis influences their life. You see, it is normal to be fat and sick and have health problems and not feel good and wake up tired. That is all normal. It happens everywhere. And we are unfortunately even poisoned by our own food system, but it is not natural. And when we understand the difference in that, we can then make choices. We all have free will. right? And some of us choose not to care, and some of us want to, feel great at 100 because our bodies can make it there. That is all the free will. But once I realized that people needed to know, especially the country folk and the farmers and those folks who just don't understand, and it's not about following this diet or that diet or this diet or that diet. It's about being conscious in your life and what does that look, and having awareness. And just because something is on the shelf, or just because it's sold at the grocery store, it doesn't mean it is good for you. So that became my life mission. So 17 years, I left academia after teaching for 5 years, and I started a 17-year full-time career in public speaking. So I started out in the college and university market, speaking at over 800 colleges and universities in America. Everything from small community colleges in Florida to Stanford and on. And working with athletes on drug and alcohol abuse, working with sororities on eating disorders, working on general nutrition, had a really large career that way, and then moved into the corporate world as a speaker from everything from AT&T, Xerox, American Heart Association, the US government, the Banking Association, live TV, a lot of live TV. And that was my career. And then about 10 years ago, I meet these guys in Utah who are leaving a company. I don't know the company. I do not know the guys. And by another magical story that I'll tell you another day, we all met. And once I saw that they were still eating Skittles and drinking Mountain Dew, they need some help in the health sector. They're really good at business, really good in ways that I am not, right? I do not know Excel. I'm confessing right now. And I am not good with taxes, but I am very good with ingredients and formulation and overall health and wellness. So I thought this will be a beautiful marriage. We had an incredible 9 years as RX. I was one of the owners, the only female executive and one of the owners. And then most recently merged with NewAge, and am now the Chief Product Officer over the both combined companies. So I tell you all of that because one thing I want you all to know when it comes to me is I don't play the normal corporate rules. I never have. I never knew them. I never grew up in them. I play by my own rules because I have my own company. And I prefer direct transparency. So if I'm going to spend a lot of money on a raw ingredient, I want you to know about it. I don't believe in proprietary secrets. I think let's just be super transparent and open, and you should understand our philosophy and why we do things and how we think. And you should understand if our grapeseed product, I'm just talking about an RX product right now, if our Vanoli as a grapeseed vitamin C product is more expensive than one that you could find in Target, why? What's the difference? And so that's my history. And I will tell you, as a woman who was overweight for a large part of my life, weight loss was very important to me. Very important to me to bring weight loss system into the RX side that we've had really good results with. And I always feel like I need to show people my photo before, because I remember when I was overweight and what I would think is a skinny person giving me advice, the first thought that would come to my head, like, you can't give me no advice. You don't know what it's like to be overweight, like your skinny little butt. I'm not listening to you, right? So I want you to all know I had a long battle for many, many years of not being the skinny girl, never being the skinny girl, still not the skinny girl, but skinny people fall over and die every day. It is not a beauty contest. It's about being healthy, feeling good in our skin. And when we have a little bit too much junk in the trunk, that's not good for our heart and our organs and other places. So it's not a beauty contest. It's about living healthy and living really great. So there's the background.
Whoop, there it is.
There it is. Now I would love to know what you or some of your listeners would like to know when it comes to, do you want to know a little bit about product philosophy? Do you want to know any specifics? What would you like?
Well, going forward, being that we have all these collaborations that are coming together, from what my understanding is about 14 so far, and maybe more in the future, what's the product strategy for the whole NewAge umbrella? What does that look like today, tomorrow, in the future?
That'd be great if you could answer that for me, because I don't have an answer for that yet. I can tell you, and I'll give you a little bit of insight to what this all looks like. So first of all, we have an overarching product philosophy, right? And that plays into the product strategy. That philosophy being, we want to be inclusive as possible, wherever possible. That means, can we be gluten-free? Can we be low glycemic on everything, so it's good for diabetics? Can we be vegetarian where we can be, so it's good for vegetarian? Can we be halal? Can we be kosher? Can we be, we're always looking at those things so that we take objections away from you. That is an overarching product philosophy that will go across all companies coming in. They will go under our microscope of scrutiny to make sure that we get rid of those objections, but also another issues that sometimes people don't think about. So people ask me all the time, are your products organic? And I say, listen, organic standards are very different worldwide. I do not care about the word organic, but what I do care about is, how is the product grown? And is it tested free of heavy metals, chemicals, microbes, any type of pesticides and issues in that way? What I care about is that our combined company products go through the rigorous third-party testing that is required, so we could put our stamp on it that says, yes, it is true to the label claim, it is true to expiration, it is free of pesticides, chemicals, microbes, any issues like that, and it is safe for you and your family. That's what I care about. That is the overarching philosophy that's going to go within all the companies and all the products. Moving forward, when we're looking at any other companies that might become a part of our organization, we're also looking at, what holes do we miss? Like, we don't have anything for pets right now. Should we welcome a pet company in? We don't have, much in the children's range. What could we do in that area? Those are all future planning. Right now, when we look at our combined enterprises, the great thing about it is there's very little product crossover. When we find some product crossover, for example, Zenoa has an omega, we have an omega, right? Noni has an omega. So when we can look at all of the omegas, then we'll look under the lens of R&D and say, who's got the best omega? Right? We want an omega that's sustainable. We want an omega that's going to help protect the world from overfishing. We want an omega that's really high quality, that's free from some of the chemicals you find in a lot of the omegas. So let's look under a microscope over all the omegas and say, which one is the best? Which one has the higher absorption value? What can we do with the current science for an upgrade? Because anytime we change a label is my opportunity to make it better, which we always do. That is another product philosophy. I don't believe a product should sit on the shelf and be the same for years and years and years and years to come, because science changes. Now, a few things are going to stay the same. We are not going to change the source of noni. Why? We have the best. Yeah. And unless somebody else can show us a different noni, right, from somewhere else that is somehow better than ours, we're not open to that changing. So there's some things that we're not going to change unless something new comes along that shows us it is better, more efficacious. But whenever we change a label, or whenever we have an opportunity to do a label or a design change, it's R&D's opportunity to say, what can we do to make this better? What can we do? It's new ingredients that increase bioavailability, new ingredients that whatever it might be. That is an overarching product philosophy as well. But right now, as all the companies come and converge together, it is R&D's job to say, where is product crossover? How do all the products complement each other? How can we create good materials so that you, as the representative, have access to all types of really great stuff? And the good news is, if we bring something in from another company that is not scientifically proven, is not efficacious, then we are not bringing it into the family. And if we bring in something that's not maybe as clean as we want it to be, where it comes to preservative methods or whatever that might be, we're pretty strict when it comes to cleanliness there and safety standards, then we'll just clean it up. Like, so those are all things that we'll do on the product side, because my number one goal is that if you spend $1 with NewAge, you get that dollar back in value and more. That we can always be able to differentiate ourselves from other products on the market and show that even if some of our products might cost a little more, our customers are saying, thank you, because you didn't cut the corners to bring your costs down. Because I can do that. But the ramifications of doing that is less efficacious products.
Got it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Products and going forward, it's been a stigmatism in our industry. And I know your 9 years was your first company.
I was a newbie. I became an owner of a network marketing company, and I thought I didn't even know what network marketing companies were.
So it's always been the pink elephant in the room that people never really talk about. Oh, when it comes to network marketing, the product doesn't matter. It's just about the compensation plan. If you got a good comp plan, you'll be able to move a lot of the products. So I really love what you're saying behind the products, the product strategy.
Can I tell you a secret?
You look like
I owned the company, RX, as an owner. And I hated the comp plan. I never read it. When I did read it, I felt like I was going to fall over and sleep and potentially die. It was the most boring thing I could ever do. And my partners would constantly say to me, Deanna, our products are so expensive. Don't you want us to make money? I was like, I don't care what our products cost. My goal is just that our products work. And they're like, oh, they're so expensive. Our products that you saw never cost that much. And I was like, yeah, our products probably work better. And so the good thing about me on my side is I didn't come from any of that. I find myself irritated with people who only care about the business side, but you see me in the background going, oh, wait. We have stuff that really works. Don't you want to know about that too? Because this is what I said to myself. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something else that I'm a little embarrassed to say, but it's true. I became an owner of a network marketing company, and I thought the network marketing industry was a scam industry. And you know what I said to myself? I said, if I say yes to this, how am I going to sleep at night? I'm going to be becoming an owner of a scam company, one of those scam companies. And I never knew network marketing. I was like, how am I going to be able to sleep? And so I journaled about it, and I said, okay, this is how I'll be able to sleep. I'm going to make products so good that if somebody buys our products, if they never make money in the company, that I'll be able to sleep really well knowing that they made a good investment because those products will help their health. I was like, okay, God, that's how I can be an owner of a scam company, because when someone buys the products will be so good. This is great. And I won't care if they make money or not. And the only reason why I thought network marketing was scam companies is because I had no idea what network marketing actually was. You want to know scam company? Try becoming a female professional speaker. 20 years ago. Oh, longer than that. I'm denying my age right now. Longer than that. So that's a scam industry because it's so hard to do. And then once, of course, I became an owner of what I thought was a scam company, I realized oh no, this is just an entrepreneurial venture for people. And some people have sticking power. Some people see and understand the way it's done and make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some people only care about making a couple $100s a month. Some people only want their products paid for, and you can do it. And quite frankly, it's not hard to do. And I was like, so it took me 6 months to get there, right? And that was learning the other leaders, learning how they did it and understanding oh, they're all just a bunch of entrepreneurs. Okay, I feel so much better. I'm not an owner of a scam company. However, I still made the products so that they could stand on their own. And I tell you that little bit of embarrassing information that's quite transparent of me, I tell you that so you can understand that hasn't changed for me. Someone spends money with us. I personally want you all to become rich, but I don't care. I care if you have a health benefit that brings you closer to natural and takes you away from normal, because normal is overweight, sick, and unhealthy in America.
Yes, it is. It's the new normal.
Everywhere and on pharmaceutical drugs, like
Yes.
that's the normal. And so I care that we can just make the little bits of changes, whether it's in one new product or two new products. And I was so nervous when we were coming into NewAge, because I thought, oh no, I don't know anything about this noni stuff. Is noni efficacious? Is there any science behind it? And then when I got there, and they literally I got here you go. And I was like, oh, welcome back to grad school. That's a lot of documents. And the deeper I got into it, I was like, wow, I mean, this has some of the most solid science I've ever seen in the supplement industry. This is really impressive. And so that was such a relief personally for me, because I didn't know, how am I going to handle if we can't prove out these products? We're going to have to get to work changing them right away. And so the good news is you had just such the strongest science on the planet. And now the R&D team and some of the original employees who have been with Noni Morinda for 15 years now report to me and in my team. And I love their commitment to efficaciousness in science. And so that was just such a wonderful thing to find out, because it was a problem I did not have to fix.
Good.
There was no problem, right?
So take us down the road a few months or a few years from now. I don't know how far your vision is down that path. From a product standpoint and being the chief product officer, what do you foresee continuing down this path of helping everybody getting their health and wellness together?
So a part of convergence, and that all of our companies coming together, is giving everybody access to everything. And then cross-training between all the companies. So helping all of our Noni folks, we're all one big family now, but helping the Noni folks understand our weight loss program, and helping the Noni folks understand our detox, and helping the Noni folks, understand some of the RX products that are some of our top sellers and having such an impact on people's health and wellness. And then going over to the RX side and helping our RX folks understand the Noni folks, the Noni products, the T&J products, the new shop products, and their benefits for them in that way, so that all of our representatives could look at the catalog of products we currently all have and say, hey, with my customers, my friends, my families, what can we do to help them understand what would benefit most for them? Those are all things we're working on. And we want to be able to work on a system that's easy for you to ask a few questions and to be able to determine what fits best for these folks. So you don't have to be experts in all that. That will be like new product launches across all these other companies. And then we have other things that are in the R&D process, which are pretty exciting. A children's chewable. We have some new products that are in the R&D products process for you. I'll explain it in just a minute what that looks like. We have things like for the lip and for the eyelashes that are in an R&D process right now. We have a very revolutionary hand sanitizer that can be used on babies, on open wounds, on your hands, on your screens, that kills virus and bacteria, by the way, that we're looking to do, that is in the R&D process, that we could put together with our home purity detox spray. If you do not have access to the home purity detox spray, talk to Rick Redford, because I will tell you what to this. Our home detox spray, there's very few products that have been approved by the EPA to make any type of COVID claims or virus claims. It is a non-smelling, non-toxic, non-rinse solution. You can spray your children's toys, you can spray your countertops, you can spray your cutting boards, and it is a non-rinse solution. Not only can you use that product for that, but it takes away odors and smells and kills mildew. And it is my all-time favorite cleaner. I will tell you, that I waited forever to bring it out. We brought it out during COVID because people are using chemicals in their home every day that are so very dangerous for them. So very dangerous. When my mother got breast cancer, the doctor oncologist told her, oh, if you use all this stuff, wear a mask and wear thick gloves. And I said, why? And then he says, because you breathe in those toxins, they go in through your skin. Your skin is not a barrier, it is a carrier. Your immune system is already compromised. So right now today, millions of people are out there cleaning their house with things that you're supposed to be wearing PPE protection with. That's what it says on the back of the bottle. They're worried about virus and all these other issues. They're taking extreme measures and they're compromising their bodies. Wow. And so if you don't have access to that Purity Home Detox, you better get on Rick Redford, because you should have access to it. And here's the coolest thing. Rick just dropped off. He's like, damn it, she's making promises for me. No, I'm just kidding. That was just a joke. You know what you can do to demonstrate it's odor killing too? You can cut open an onion, hold it up to your face, smell it, spray it on there, hold it up, smell is gone.
Wow.
It's the lowest rating on the EPA, meaning to get the rating for a non-rinse solution on children's toys and to spray on your pet bowls is very difficult to do. So we have all those fun things that I am very passionate about, because my passion really is that we have a healthy body, healthy home, healthy mind, incredible community, right? And we can feel great, because when you look at centenarians in this world, these are 100-year-olds plus, they're healthier than the average 70-year-old American.
Yes.
30 years difference. Because our bodies can get there, but we just beat the crap out of them with bad thoughts, bad communities, bad indoor air pollution, bad food, all of that sort of a thing. And then, we deteriorate, we go back into walkers, can't drive anymore, can't sleep, back into diapers. And that is normal, but it's not natural. So all of those really fun things are happening in R&D. R&D process is this. I want you to know this exciting thing too. We are very democratic. We like you to be involved. This isn't, I think of a great idea and just make it and force you to sell it. That is not how we work. The way the new policies and procedures across all combined companies means this. You'll see surveys coming to you if you haven't already. Surveys go out to people to ask questions. What are you interested? What do you think of this? Is this interest you? What type of delivery method for this? Asking all types of questions from our representatives all over the world. And we make R&D decisions based on our representatives' feedback. And then once we have products ready to sample, we send them out to our top 60, top 100 reps worldwide. They sample them, get back that to us, right? If they like it or not, and they want to sell it, and they have a total voice in the whole process. And when they like it, we start to move forward. So it is a collaborative effort. It is not the very traditional corporate MLM way. I make you this phone and go sell it. We're in business together. Corporate in the field is not separate. We are a combined unity, united force. And so when we can hear what you want, and when we can get your feedback, provide what you would like, we are going to explode in a way that is unprecedented. And here's another trick I will tell you. The other reason why I do that is, let's say you call me up and say, Deanna, my people want dog food. And I was like, really? Your people want dog food? Okay. And I put out a survey and lots of people want dog food. And then we give you dog food. We give you exactly what you want. And then you're not selling it. You know what I get to do? I get to call you up and go, you wanted dog food. Why aren't you selling it? So it allows me to hold you accountable. But if I decide I'm going to make dog food, I give it to you. Say, sell it, and you don't sell it, I got nothing. It's a very smart parental move as well, just so you know, make everything your kids' ideas. And then when they don't follow through, you can hold them accountable. And so it's a really wonderful democratic system where we get feedback, we work together as a combined community, and we make decisions together.
That is excellent. That is excellent. That is excellent. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, Miss Deanna, I know your time is very limited. And I thank you so very much for taking time out your busy schedule. I don't know how much time you have left, but what is the last key thing you'd like to leave with us?
I guess I would tell you this. I don't know you all. You don't know me. You didn't choose me, right? And one thing, my promise to you, I'm famous for this, is saying too much, but I will always tell you the truth. Corporate and the field, I see, like I said, as a united front. And as we work together, we will create magic. And what that means is your voice is important to me. It's important to my team. It was a part of our ARCS philosophy that we're bringing into NewAge. We have promises like, I'll never take anything away from you without letting you know first. So let's say a product's not selling. Let's say we made baby diapers and you're not selling them. I would call you up and say, everybody, and then we do this on partners councils and leadership meetings. You're not selling the diapers. So you have 3 months to sell them or start selling them. Otherwise, we're going to discontinue these diapers. We really, in every department and from the ARC side, and we're bringing this into the NewAge culture as well. And the Noni culture is bringing the collaborative nature, because the more we do that, the more you understand about those of us who are making these other decisions on the corporate side, the more you get to know us. I think the stronger your belief system will be and allow you to go out and build with confidence, knowing that we have your back.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Well, Miss Deanna, I've been getting the chat's been blowing up here, and they say, can we get her back next month or some other time? We got to get some more people in front of her. So I'll put that plug in right now. Don't answer now, but I shamelessly just put that plug in there. If we can have you back in the future, maybe sometime in January, you let us know whatever your schedule.
Yeah, and so you can arrange that with Rick. I'd be happy to do so. And what we can do is we could do trainings on some of the products, on some of the things you're interested in. So as a community, you look at some of the products, talk to Rick about what's available and crossover and all of that. And we'll do some trainings. And I probably train different than anybody you've ever heard when it comes to products. You know, I'm the type that's running over into the kitchen and grabbing the onion and doing it right here on Zoom with you and all of those sorts of things, you know, and I'm the one that trains in those ways. And I will tell you, for anyone that is listening, I really want to say this, you know, I want to die old. I want to die young at a very old age. And I want that for everybody listening. And the amazing thing about that goal, it's a really important goal to me, is because I'm an older mom. I have my son at 40, you know, like I want to be, I don't want to be the one that's like, oh, my shoulder hurts, I can play ball, or oh, I can't ski with you. I don't want that. You know, I want to be the energetic, happy, healthy, older person. And everyone in this call can have that too. Yeah. You just have to know how to look at your life and look at it through the lens of consciousness, and look at it through the lens of what can I do in a natural, healthy way to live a great life with a healthy mind, a healthy home, a healthy body, and what are the steps I can take? And every step you take in that right direction and the commitment, even though it will benefit you, if I was going to leave you with one thought, it benefits the people around you who love you, because you give them more of you. My dad would never know my son. He saw me got married. He saw me get married 22 years ago. He knows both of my kids. He would have never been around if he hadn't decided to become conscious when it comes to what he puts in his body and how he takes care of his health. And he gave me, even though he gave himself a gift, he gave me the best gift he could ever give me, which was more of him. So when you make a choice to help someone move in a healthier direction, it's the most loving thing you can do for anyone around you.
That is excellent, Ms. Deanna. I sure appreciate your time and those last words of wisdom there. Let that echo to everybody. When you do something to help someone move to a better, healthy lifestyle, you're doing one of the best things for them. Thank you so very much for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for your time. And we look forward to, like you said, making some great things happening and helping a lot of folks with their health going forward.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pleasure. And I look forward to knowing your community and your leadership groups and your customers and really getting to know them. I am a big lover of people. And whenever you have any transformational stories or great experience on any of the products, please do share, because we get really great stuff.
Yeah, I heard somewhere that maybe somewhere in the new year, we're going to have some type of transformation challenge in the first 8 weeks.
Sounds good to me. I can't wait to know. I have no idea. I don't pay attention. I have so much on my plate. I don't know. I can tell you where we get our raw materials. I can tell you what's in quality testing. I can tell you all of that. I don't keep track of all the rest. I just don't have time. But Rick will know.
Love it. Love it. Well, Ms. Deanna, appreciate you for your time. Look forward to working with you, and you have yourself a blessed day out there in California, and enjoy the beautiful weather.
Thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful being on. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, definitely want to thank each and every one of you for being on. But more importantly, please make sure you thank the person that invited you on or share this video with you. With that being said, take care. God bless. And we truly look forward to seeing each and every one of you on the beaches of the world.